Hey guys, it's Girl Got Game. We are here to do Joan's friendship ending. So apparently this is where the deviation begins. Instead of protecting our boo and embarrassing ourselves and bearing all to her, we shall get her attention. What's that? I wildly pointed to the silhouette, causing Joan to stand up and take notice. Oh! She grinned and said something in French. The shape turned sideways, revealing someone behind it. Augustin poked his head around the object, then propped it against a tree. Upon closer inspection, it was a cutout of a cave bear, painted entirely black. Looking around me, I noticed there were additional animal cutouts positioned close to the main path. A giant elk, a crouching lion, a hidden deer. I missed this joke the first time around. Crouching tiger, hidden dragon. Crouching lion, hidden deer. I can't believe I freaked out like that. How embarrassing.
I did not mean to scare you, petite fleur.
I wasn't scared. Just jumpy. Decorating the route?
Yes, I want to show what animals would have roamed Belgium 30,000 years ago. Rest assured, there are no lions or bears here today.
Okay, my mind did think of bears since there are black bears back home. Let's give this ivy to Rosemary, Joan. I held up the plants and Joan gave a small nod. I gave Augustin a quick goodbye before departing. Glancing back, I saw Joan grinning ear to ear, like she knew something I didn't. I could tell she was suppressing her laughter. I wasn't scared. You jump and yell. She mimicked my finger pointing from earlier, complete with an open mouth and wide eyes. I guess I did assume there was a bear here. No bear here. Only, snakes and fox. Good to know. You're back! What took you so long? Joan smiled but said nothing, deciding to protect my pride. Thank you. I hope the ivy wasn't too hard to find. Last year... We heard a harsh bark as Augustin scolded some of the idling gossipers by the main entrance. Taking the hint, Rosemary reached for the ivy. We better keep busy. You three can return to preparing the utensils for our guests. No one did that while we were out? At least we weren't scrambling for something else to do now. That wasn't nearly as fun as, when they teased us. Oh well. Well, I'll bring you guys back in when there is something new to do. Oh, stuff stopped. Apparently there's something about to happen. I entered the lab and leaned over the chair positioned before my laptop. It would only take a few moments to read. Melissa, you here? Hey. Yep. Something up? Up? She glanced at the ceiling, and I rephrased my words. Need something? I wanted to dance with you. She gestured at herself than me. Oh, really? I thought this would be more a romance thing. Lindy Hopper? Lindy Hopper together. Right, I did mention I swing danced. Here, follow me. We're gonna Lindy Hopper together? Grabbing my laptop, I ushered her upstairs and prepared the music while kicking my socks off. After selecting a simple song, we stood in the middle of the floor. Within a few minutes, I realized saying terms like triple step and slide only confused her further. In the end, I counted out our rhythm in French while she observed my feet placement and body position. Aww, that's adorable! You guys look so cute together. Man, I am shorter than everybody here. Wee. Soon we had a basic Lindy step going, which involved rocking back and forth. When I felt she was comfortable with the pattern, I slowly made a circle around to add variety. You're doing great, Joan. How about this? She let out a little eep as I cradled her neck and waist and dipped her. She automatically threw her arms around my back and hugged tightly, her expression priceless. We both giggled as I helped her up. After a few Lindy circles, Joan unexpectedly tried to dip me. Her eyes widened when her legs slid farther than she'd anticipated, her grip unable to stop me from falling. My palm hit the floor and I bent my knees, posing like a three-legged crab, while Joan awkwardly hovered over me. When the initial surprise wore off, she shot up, apologizing profusely in franglais. Je suis sorry. My bite. My smile strained as I held in laughter, watching her pull off her socks and toss them under the table. Encore? Yes. For some reason, she seemed determined to successfully dip me. We resumed dancing with careful anticipation. After one circle, Joan repeated her attempt, albeit slower, and lowered me close to the floor. With her arms around me, my eyes met hers, and my heart skipped a beat. When she pulled me up, my face felt flushed, and I wasn't sure if it was from the position or Joan's gaze. Maybe it was a bit of both. This seems so much more romantic. How come this... I'm confused. When the song ended, we dropped our grips, and Joan was thrilled from the successful dance. Thanks for the dance, Joan. Je t'en prie. Welcome. Very strange indeed. Well. Is this the making plans? Okay. Things stopped. We were wondering if you'd like to come to Namur with us this weekend. You haven't been there, right? Nope. It's a lovely city. It has a lot of historical sites and, of course, great places to shop and delicious food. What do you say? I would love to. I'd love to see it. Great! We can all go together. Can't wait. Alright, so now we got plans with our ladies. Okay, so Chantal's late. We can pick either, but why don't we wait for Chantal this time, since we're going through again? No rush. I want to experience this with both of you. I don't mind arriving later. Thanks, Melissa. You're a good friend. Pass it into Joan. No, actually, let me tell her. Into Joan? Is talking on a cell phone while driving illegal here? Exactly why it'll be faster if I tell Joan. Alright. Once Joan received her phone, they continued their conversation. A few minutes later, she ended the call, happy to be caught up with the plan. Hopefully we won't have to wait long. It was hard to contain my excitement. Namur was a densely packed city, filled with little shops, restaurants, and windy streets. Whenever I felt like I lost my sense of direction, I looked for the citadel, which was a fortress that stood on a hill, making it impossible to miss. Chantal and Joan eventually led me to the city square, which was surrounded by colorful buildings. There were also food vendor stands. One in particular had a long lineup. Whatever it had, it must have been delicious. Hey, what's that? I pointed to a curious display near a building at the edge of the square. There were 2 bronze statues of cartoony men with a snail each. One snail was leashed, while the other was in a cage. Isn't that based off some comic book characters or something? I don't know much about it, but I know the snails represent Namur. The snails? Since we're all laid back and stuff. I'm hungry. Joan peered over at the food vendors and I nodded in agreement. Sure, let's eat something. I took a step toward the lineups, but Chantal raised a hand to stop me. That face. Wait, we'll handle it. Soak in the scenery while you're here. There was something impish behind her smirk, but I obliged and sat down on a bench, wondering what they would bring back. It felt like forever, but Joan emerged with a small plastic container, while Chantal held 2. The containers were filled to the brim with a dozen of something gray and unrecognizable, floating in a murky broth. I curiously accepted the container from Chantal, along with a toothpick. What is it? Something all true Belgians eat. Think of it as a rite of passage. Escargot. Wait, snails? They're not snails. They're whelks. Which is? Sea snails. Among the wrinkled snails, I noticed bits of onion and celery. It smelled savory, but the texture looked rubbery. I watched as Chantal and Joan each skewered one and popped it into their mouth like it was a common snack food. Well, it was to them. Oh, come on, it wasn't so bad last time. Ah, we got a new picture! Sea snails. Seeing their delighted faces convinced me. Even if I ended not liking it, I could say I tried something unique in Belgium. I love that she always pictures this snail when she's about to eat it. I gingerly poked around with a toothpick, selecting the perfect whelk for my important first bite. After jabbing one, I blew the steam off, then popped it into my mouth, not sure what to expect. The first few bites were chewy, but then my teeth sunk into the tenderness. It reminded me of scallops, only without the butter and garlic. Briny, but not overpowering. Now we got 2 people here for our wow! This is really good. You like? I've never tried this before, but it's delicious. Hooray!
I knew it. You're now one of us. Congratulations, you're immersing yourself in Belgian culture.
We all eagerly dug into our containers, chatting happily about our trip. Now I saw why there was a long line up to that particular stand.
If you're still hungry, there's a great place here that serves crepes. Think of it as a reward for trying something new.
Crepes? With Belgian chocolate? Count me in. Yeah. Now that I can totally get behind. Alright. Gonna do our last week. Here's the cave. That is so funny that it does that. Alright, is there anything new? Okay. So instead of, I met Melissa, I also made new friends. I'm glad I'm here. That's wonderful. It always warms my heart when students try something outside their comfort zone. Even if they never pursue archaeology, I hope they gain an appreciation for it and fondly look back on the experience. Being surrounded by the right people doesn't hurt either. Right. It was hard, but I had a lot of fun, too. Be sure to stop by when we have our yearly festival. A lot of previous students drop in to say hi.
Definitely.
That's neat that they drop by to say hello. And they do live here, so they can do that. Alright, skipping through the days. Alright, time to say goodbye to everyone. Okay, so they're still gonna come over and hang out. Okay, instead of the un romantique moment.
Jean, je vais m'occuper de venir et anglais. Vous pouvez préparer la nourriture.
Oui. Okay, the 2 switched bags and Joan departed outside, leaving us alone. I gave Chantal a quizzical look. Are we on Chantal's route all of a sudden?
Joan's preparing the appetizers for movie night. I thought I could paint your nails in the meantime.
Grinning, she shook the bag and I could see bright colors through the flimsy material. But I want Joan to paint my nails. Aww. After we changed into our PJs, we both set up the nail station, complete with files, bottles of polish, and adorable stickers. I smiled. They were definitely going all out. Chantal gestured to the chair and I sat down. I caught a glimpse of her own nails while she rotated one of the bottles. They were done with a beautiful sunset gradient, complete with a palm tree silhouette on her ring finger. Ooh. Wow, did you do those?
I did. I guess I'm pretty good at it. I can do details, although there's some insane designs I wouldn't have the time to bother with. Anything you'd like? Fruit pattern, ribbons, rainbows?
Surprise me.
Ocean theme it is.
That's not much of a surprise. She picked out a lovely dark shade of blue.
Well, it's what I practice the most with.
That's strange. I admit this would be a nice indulgence. I didn't paint my nails since I arrived in Belgium, since I knew I'd just get dirt under them anyway. Chantal painted the base of my nail from a blue that shifted to a bright teal, followed by a sandy hue at the tips, which formed the foundation of the beach. Taking a dotting pen, she methodically added details, with white waves, ocean sparkles, and the grainy texture of the sand. Unlike her tropical nails, the beach reminded me of the local waters. Whether it was intentional or not, I felt a little nostalgic for home already. You're a pro at this.
Thanks. I'd always get designated as the nail girl at sleepovers. Now I find it to be a relaxing hobby. And done. They're quick drying, too.
Holy mackerel. It's beautiful. Ugh, I got nail envy. I still miss Joan's design, though. It was made with love, if not precision. I spread out my fingers, examining the panoramic design. Wow, it's been forever since I had my nails done like this. Thanks, Chantal. They look amazing.
Of course. I could honestly charge for quality like this, but since you're my friend, it's on me.
The creak of the stairs signaled that someone was approaching.
Here. Où dois-je le mettre?
Ici?
Ici, Joan.
She was carrying a tray that had a piping bowl in the middle, surrounded by cut fruit, steamed vegetables, and various cubed chunks of bread. Carefully, she placed it in front of the mattress, making sure we could eat comfortably. Curious, I crawled over. I let out an elated squeal when I realized that it was cheese fondue.
You guys are awesome! Belgium's famous for its chocolate, but we have an amazing cheese selection too.
You're spoiling me. You're all honestly spoiling me.
I feel like we won your eternal friendship with this gesture. Told you she'd love it, Joan. La puissance de fromage. Oh, here, you should definitely try it with the walnut bread. Hey, don't use your freshly painted fingers. We got utensils here.
Chantal sat beside me while Joan popped in the movie, an action flick with English subtitles. However, the movie was entirely ignored, save for the occasional explosion, while we talked and ate lively. You really didn't have to do all this.
Why not? It's your last night here. Besides, I expect you to do something similar when we visit you.
I nearly choked on my pear chunk and hastily covered my mouth. You're serious about this? About visiting?
Well, yeah. Joan and I did a lot of talking, and we both always wanted to travel but couldn't agree where. Why not start somewhere we'd both love to go, and with a friend to meet?
Joan nibbled on her broccoli pensively, attempting to follow the conversation the best she could between Chantal's translations.
Can we visit you?
Of course, I'd love to have you two over. When the movie ended and our cheese fondue cooled off and forgotten, we got ready for bed. I guess since I was the guest, they wordlessly decided to have me sleep in the middle. Being the heavy sleeper Chantal was, she instantly fell asleep, her sprawled limbs grazing my body. I curled up, thankful for the advantage of being the smallest one here. Ow! Oh my god, ow! I glanced back, feeling Chantal's knee still wedged against my spine. I wriggled farther away in an attempt to increase the distance. I didn't know she thrashed in her sleep. And that she could sleep through a hurricane, apparently. Is this why I'm sleeping in the middle? You're so sneaky, Joan. Moreover, I'm not taking this abuse. As soon as I said that, I felt an elbow to the back of my head. Ah, cut it out, Chantal!
In the name of the moon.
Her mumbling returned to soft snores. Eventually, I was able to persuade Joan to inch closer to the edge. She found the whole situation amusing. Chantal will have her own bed when she visits. And that's the ending. But wait. What's our epilogue? "4 months later. And voila! This is my bedroom. I gestured as Chantal and Joan followed me through the entrance. Despite it being the holidays, I had no time to decorate it with a fake plastic tree, or even hang paper snowflakes next to the window. They set their luggage down against the wall and gazed in awe. What a cute room! I love the chandelier and the flower vase.
Wow, it's so spacious. And look at that bed. Reminds me, what are the sleeping arrangements?
Oh, you two can have the bed. I get the floor. Chantal smiled and nodded happily, while Joan gave me a, "How could you? I thought we were friends," look. Chantal should get the floor. Hehehe.
What? Why me? What did I do?
Ah, never mind. You two must be starving and exhausted after that flight. And Joan, your English has improved so much. DeAndre helped a lot. I think he'll make a great English teacher. And talking to you two was great practice. DeAndre taught you English? Wow. How are the others back home?
Oh, that's right. Shoji told me to say hi for you. He learned about our trip when I brought it up while he was upgrading Joan's laptop. And Kyler's, he's working in Germany at an archaeological site. I think it's the same one Hendrik goes to during the winter. After she finished the sentence, she let out a yawn and wearily glanced at the bed. Chantal mimicked her and rubbed one eye. That flight took a lot out of us. That delay didn't help either. I hope the jet lag doesn't impact you guys too much. I made reservations to this restaurant that specializes in chocolate fondue later tonight. Hopefully the chocolate will taste as good as what you're used to in Belgium. You did what? I'd be up for it. Chocolate fondue place? Yep, you can even dip cheesecake into fondue. Where is this place? Oh, that sounds amazing. This is worth the 10-hour flight. Our conversation continued as we excitedly talked about the things we could do over Christmas break. I hope to give them a welcoming experience in America, like they did for me. Ah, yay, lady friends! That was so nice. It was cute. Well, that's it for C14 dating for now. Now we get to go back to Hustlecat and romance that kid, Reese. See what we can learn from him and what his power could be. I'm guessing it's going to be something art related. So hope I'll see you over there, guys. Until then, see you later.
Let's take things one day.